yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill their promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason.
But yeah, like imagine if I Alright, hello. Gonna be working on this lovely lady today. Let's see, I wanna probably get that about there. I'm gonna be using this, that area there for the paints and things. I'm gonna be painting here, so I just gotta move you just a wee bit there. So hopefully you're kind of looking more at the model as I do it, and then I can get fairly close to show you what it's looking like so far. So yeah, there we go. I think we're doing okay with this lady. We're gonna start painting up some more of her. I think first of all, I think we're gonna be painting let's paint the scroll. Let's get the scroll covered first. And see if we can get that looking nice. And then maybe we can get like the little script and things in there as well. That would be kind of cool. All right. So to do that, I think we're going to be hitting it with some brown first. I'm going to hit it with the dark umber. And then we'll carry on from there. There we go. Right, and I need my brush. Just move these brushes over just a little bit out the way. go. So that's where my water is. Sorry about that. We'll get this part done all in the brown. If we can get all of that nicely coated. That'd be great. So just kind of get in there a bit. We have to make sure we do a few coats for this area where it's green. Where I sprayed it when I was doing the bases at the beginning. Let's just go around. Now all that little script and stuff on there, it's going to be a bit tricky to get. We're not going to get it in exactly the grooves, I don't think, but what we can do is we can kind of get a similar idea by just kind of scrolling ourselves across the scroll. I'm just going to try and cover all of this brown first of all, and then we'll build it up to the lighter colours. There we go. Get that looking nice, hopefully. We'll be going up to ivories to try and get this scroll looking like a scroll. Right now we're just kind of doing the base coat where it's nice and dark. This is kind of the darkest I'd want it to be in any place. Then we can kind of work up all of the other areas as we go. And hopefully get some nice contrast going like we have on the dress there. this going. It's going to just take a bit to get the coat in there, but we'll get there eventually. Quite like using these Pro Acryl paints. They kind of got a nice consistency to them. They're quite thin in comparison to things like Vallejo and Citadel. And other paint brands. But they go on quite smoothly. Alright, so let's just get in there. There we go. There we go. We can get into all of those areas there. It's going to take a little bit to do all this, but once we can actually get going on this, this will be looking nice, I think. Start bringing the model together, because it's quite a large part of the model. Is this scroll. So we're going to paint out the scroll in kind of the scroll colors first, but then we've got to do the writing, and the writing I'm a bit concerned about, because if I screw that up, then I kind of screw up the base of the scroll. But it shouldn't be too bad to fix if we do screw up. So we'll see. We'll just get in there and see what happens. I want to kind of make the writings on there as well look a little bit magical and glowing, a similar color to the red that we've got coming from her fingers. I've got to think about whether or not I want to do any OSL as well with this. And the thing is, it's already quite a bright mini, so doing OSL on something that's already bright looks a bit odd. Really, if you're going to do OSL, you want the one point that's really, really bright to be really bright and everything else to be quite dark. So you kind of tone down everything else around the model. But here we're kind of going more of, with a lot of the Japanese feudal models, we're kind of doing a daylight kind of scheme. And so OSL is not going to look quite right. So maybe we can do some very, very mild OSL, and that will be okay. Try and get in there. There we go. Just paint all of that bit brown as well. We can always come in later and fix that up. With another color, if need be. Hello there. Welcome there. Yeah, YTV cast. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah. Oh my god. Always names on streaming platforms. I have trouble reading everyone's names. How are you doing there? Welcome to the channel. Sorry. It's been a long day. I'm working on, right now I'm doing this Sorceress from Shadows of Brimstone. This is kind of a commission project I've got going on. We've got, what is it? Where is it? Wait a second. I've got some models that I've been painting up for this. Here we go, here's one. These kind of feudal morals here. You just put random words from... Okay, fair enough. So this is like a Shadows of Brimstone model I was painting up earlier. I got a whole series of these that I'm doing on commission at the moment, and I'm doing this particular Sorceress at the moment. But yeah, it's kind of fun just to get on and do a bit of painting. So yeah, I'm just kind of chilling and enjoying some painting in my evening. But yeah, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I got a few of those. The thing that I'm really happy about at the moment that I'm doing, I'm not sure if I can get it on the screen or not. Hold on a second, let me just give it a go. Is gonna be, it's a big model, so I'm gonna zoom out if I can. Hold on. There we go. Is this thing. This is the dragon I've been working on. I've been having a lot of fun with this thing and trying to get this one painted up. Yeah, thank you very much for following as well there. Thank you, Mr. Mumble. All right. But yeah, this thing's coming along slowly but surely. I'm pretty happy with how the dragon's coming. But yeah, that one's a fun one. Oh, we raided with 14. Thank you very much for joining. Welcome. This is the Steindrager from the game Tag Raid. So it's been fun kind of working on all of the skin tones for this thing. So yeah. Thank you very much for the follow. That's awesome. Oh, welcome. Thank you for the Mumble Raid. Welcome, everybody. Nice to see you all. That's awesome. Oh, thanks very much for the follows, everybody. That's really great. Yeah, I've been working on this dragon for a little while, but slowly getting there. Got to do the base and everything. It's kind of fun. I paint a lot of models from Corvus Belli games, so Infinity and things like that. So this is another one I've done that I was pretty happy with. If anyone's played Infinity or anything, this one is the Cascuda, or like the cockroach. Thank you very much for the dragon. Yeah, it's not finished yet. It's still working on it, but it's getting there. I'm pretty happy with it where it's at. This guy was a lot of fun to paint. I really enjoyed this one. But yeah, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much, bperk1991. That's awesome. Yeah. It's they're coming along. But yeah, today we're working on Shadows of Brimstone right now. So the models are a little bit smaller, and I'm just doing this Sorceress at the moment and trying to work on her. The scroll here. Hopefully this is gonna go okay. Yeah, thank you very much everyone for following in with the raid. Thank you. That's really kind of you. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, I've kind of been doing a bunch of these Shadow of Brimstone models on commission, and they've been a lot of fun. Kind of got some very kind of characterful models, which is pretty cool. The geisha was pretty difficult to do. Where is she? Ooh, there we go. Yeah, the geisha's face was really hard to paint and try and get looking nice, but I think it's okay. It was kind of fun doing all of the designs on the kimono and everything else. It was kind of fun. Yeah. Dr. Smoke XX Reaper. Okay, cool. Yeah, this be good. Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff on the back burner at the moment. I've literally just got Angron through the post. I got it like half price for what the cost is of it here in Japan, and I'm going to be looking forward to painting that. And I'm going to try and do a lot of what I learned from painting the. Oh, thank you. My freehand is pretty pathetic, to be honest. It's very, very simple stuff. However, I will be eventually, when I get round to painting this particular guy here, the request was to do a tattoo going around his back, because this guy's kind of like Yakuza mobster kind of guy. So I gotta try and have a go at doing that. That's gonna be an interesting one. I'm saving these guys till last because I'm just like, I'm not confident to do that. We'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, but it's all going pretty well so far with all this. I'm enjoying the commission a lot. It's lovely to do. So yeah, I'm going to be working up this scroll a little bit with a few layers up to ivory. Try and get a little bit of that in there, and then once we get that, there's a bit of like the writing and things in the back of it here, where we are going to do a little bit of kind of glowing letters and script. So it's kind of reflective of the magic that's coming out of her hand here. I think I need to contrast her hand against it a little bit more because it's a little bit off, but otherwise it's good. Thank you very much, it's very kind. Yeah, the real test of my freehand is going to be definitely doing the tattoos. It's tricky stuff, that. But yeah. But where are you all joining us from today? I myself am in Japan, doing these Japanese models. So it is my evening. I know if there's any Americans, it must be your morning. And Europeans, your early afternoon. And if you're in Australia, you're in a similar time zone to me. All right, fantastic. Okay, so you're used to the accent then. That's great. What were you painting on your stream as well before you came raiding in? What were you up to? I mean, I haven't really done Kick very much for streaming. I was doing it for a little while just to try and test it out, but I wasn't sure if it was really going to go anywhere at all. I kind of left it for just doing Twitch, but I thought, nah, screw it. I'll multi-stream again and I'll give it a go. So thank you very much for jumping in. It's made my afternoon, made my evening. That's good. Right, I'm going to go up to light umber. I recently went back to the UK. It was kind of fun. Bebop and Rocksteady. Oh, cool. Oh, that sounds awesome. I have to check out those minis. That's a blast from the past. Man, I'm getting memories of the old, like, movies as well, which were pretty bad. I remember the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies when I was a kid. Absolutely loved going to see them at the cinema and watching them on TV all the time. It was pretty cool. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'll after the stream, I'll go and check out your channel and make sure I try and follow it. I don't get on I don't get on Kick very much, and I don't get to be a viewer that often on streaming and things. My work kind of takes up a lot of time, and then trying to make the YouTube videos as well and getting everything else that I can done means I don't get much time to actually watch other people, but it's always nice when I do get an opportunity to do so. And just kind of be able to chat as I'm doing some hobbying in the background. Yeah. So right now we're painting, this is like the Japanese Sorceress from the game Shadows of Brimstone. There's like Shadows of Brimstone kind of goes across like a whole range of different historical and fictional kind of characters, and yeah, just like it's all over the place, to be honest. But there's some fairly nice minis. The quality of the miniatures isn't quite what I'm used to, so there's sometimes a few kind of annoyances with some of the sculpts. These ones have actually been pretty damn good, but I've also painted up like Vikings and conquistadors, and so you have kind of some interesting kind of types of characters, like some vampiric conquistadors who need the water from the Fountain of Youth to keep them alive, kind of thing. They're kind of an interesting bunch. They were fun to paint. They were really good. So now I'm doing the feudal Japanese, but there's also like these trench warfare aliens they've got, and yeah, all sorts of weird and wonderful kind of creatures and characters. And yeah, it's like they got a huge world, and so the guy I'm doing a commission for, he's got loads of these, a whole load of these models to get painted. So he just every so often he'll send me some to do, and I'll get on and do them because it's nice to do, because I would never buy them myself. So it gives me the opportunity to paint stuff I would never really own or get a chance to paint normally. I'm pretty exclusively like Infinity models that I paint for myself. I'll paint some Warhammer and things just to sell, or I'll do it on commission, but I don't really collect it anymore for myself. I just don't have the space or the desire to play the bloody games, because they update them so often and they don't give you the rules for free. So yeah. Oh no, you take care, Mr. Mumble. Thank you very much for the raid, and you take care. Do I have God of War painting? No, I don't have God of War painting. Yeah, you take care at work. Thank you very much. Oh, that's awesome, Mr. Mumble. Yeah, you take care. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm a bit slow on the replies. I am kind of multi-streaming at the moment, and at the moment it seems to be Kick is the one that is getting people joining, so that's great. Normally that's the one that's the quiet one, but I guess it would change from day to day. But yeah, so that means I'm kind of following the chat as it appears on my screen here, which is sometimes a little bit slow to the real-time stuff, so sorry about that if I'm a bit slow. But are the rest of you getting on with any painting? Are you doing anything at home whilst you're watching the stream? Right, I'm going to build this up to the ivory soon, but I'm going to have to thin down the ivory, I think, to try and make this smooth. I'm not sure how smoothly I'm going to be able to do this one. I'm kind of being a bit rough at the moment with it all. Oh, you work from home? That's nice. That could be very nice. I'm sure there's these ups and downs to that. I work in an international kind of preschool, so it's kind of tiring, but it's fun work. So I kind of I use this time to just kind of get on and paint and chill It's nice. There we go. Yeah, I'm in Japan. Hello there. Ah, Zomcob. I think I remember you from a while ago. Hey, Zomcob, how are you doing? Yeah, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. But yeah, I'm living in Japan. It's been a while, Zomcob. And yeah, I've been here now for too long. Many, many years. Yeah, that's right, that's right. I went back to UK for a little bit, just for the holidays, just for the Christmas. That was really nice to go and see family and everything. I managed to go to Nottingham. I actually went to Warhammer World and got to see all of the displays there. That was really awesome. That was great. Yeah, we had a bit of a blast. It was good. Actually, I bought a whole load of paints whilst I was over in UK. So I got a whole bunch of AK paints. I got a whole bunch of Pro Acryl paints as well. But they were good. Yeah, it was fun. I've been enjoying using them a lot. Now I'm back. I'm just kind of trying to get back into doing as much painting as possible. But I'm having a few off days, to be honest, where I'm just like, I just need to chill. Work's picking up and getting busy again. And I'm trying to catch up on my YouTube videos, but I'm a bit slow and lazy with that one as well. However, I'm really enjoying painting my dragon. That's fun. That's fun as anything. No problem, man. Thank you, Bucket. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing all right. So as long as I get a bit of painting in, that kind of is my meditation, my chill state. It's kind of nice. And if people pop in while I'm streaming, I'm happy as a clam. But if they don't, that's no biggie either. I can just happily sit here and paint away by myself. If I get stuff done, I'm pretty happy. I'm working also through my tag raid Kickstarter that I received, and trying to get that one done before I receive my next Kickstarter, which is going to be the Apex Legends board game. I was really impressed with how that played, so I was like, that was one non-Corvus Belli game that I was like, yep, I'm going to buy that. I also was talking about my pile of shame here. I've also got my over the holidays, my brother bought me a couple of gangs of Malifaux, so I'm gonna paint them up as well. But I'm kind of like trying to figure out how I want to do the bases, because I want to make the bases look really nice. But I'm crap at doing bases. But yeah. Thank you very much for the follow, Wadai. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wadai means to laugh in Japanese. I don't know if that's the reasoning for your name, or if it's got something completely different. But thank you. Yeah, we're making some progress on this one. We're making some little bits of progress. Thank you. Yeah, well, I do speak Japanese to a degree. But it's still not as good as it should be for the amount of time I've been in Japan. But yeah. Okay, right, now do we push this up to the ivory? I think with the ivory we've got to mix in a little bit. Let's see, I've got my ivory, there we go. Yeah. And then, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I'll get that going. Ugh. So kind of the weird thing about the Pro Acryl paints, they kind of have the ooh, where's my paint? Ooh, there we go. Paint Acryl paints at the top have kind of a weird top to them where you squeeze it out, but it's pretty cool, but it does leave a bit of a stain on the top there. Right. When I first came to Japan, the way I basically learned I practiced for the first 3 years. I was kind of living in Wakayama. I just went out to bars and kind of picked up as much as possible and did a lesson a week with a bit of study. Nothing too serious, but I still wanted to learn. And then when I met my wife, kind of just stopped learning and just relied on the Japanese I could speak with her. So she doesn't actually speak any English, so that kind of means that I have to use Japanese, but I still suck. But I have enough to be able to communicate with who I need to communicate with. My daughter's really lazy with English, so she understands it, but she just speaks in Japanese. So my listening is better than my speaking, to be honest. But yeah. Oh, I forgot I've set up those bot tricks, little messages and things. Just reading them back again. Yeah, and it's a tricky language to learn because the grammar is kind of all very different from English. It's you have to kind of relearn grammar when you're studying Japanese and learning a lot of Japanese. And also it's kind of tough the way conversations go because they tend to not mention the subject of what they're talking about. So if you've missed the context of a conversation or you lose track of a conversation, it's really hard to get back into that conversation sometimes. But yeah. There we go. Let's try and yeah, I need to, luckily like this particular paint is pretty good at like drying with a certain amount of translucency, so you kind of get a bit of a natural blend. So you can see it's already kind of making a nice blend from the top to the bottom there. Whether or not that's really how I want it to look or not, I don't know, but it's coming along okay. So, to be honest, like, talking about the grammar and everything, I don't even think about that. I just speak it. I don't think about it. I think in Japanese and things, even if it's not the most accurate Japanese, I still kind of think in Japanese, and so I'll switch out of English and I'll switch more into Japanese mode and things. But yeah, it's what yeah, it's just tricky. Like you, for example, like pronouns like I, you, and everything else, you just don't really say them. They do have them, but you don't really say them very much. It's kind of weird. No, it's from Shadows of Brimstone. So this game's from Shadows of Brimstone. This is Shadows of Brimstone has like models from all sorts of different cultures and historical, different points of history mixed in with fantasy and everything. But it does have a bit of a Bushido kind of, this particular set of minis does have a Bushido-esque aesthetic to them. I've got a couple more that I've done here. So we've got like this little girl here. So she came out all right. I was quite pleased with that. I think it was okay. And then yeah, I got like some monks and things. And yeah, we tried doing stippling across the cloth to try and give it the kind of the fabric effect if I could. It's a bit rough, but it came out okay, I think. So he was kind of fun. And then there was also like a big sumo dude, kind of an E Honda-esque kind of character. It was fun for painting the skin tones and things. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. But yeah, they're just kind of fun to paint. You can do nice bright colors, and it's just been a blast to do these guys. It's really fun. But going back to Zomcob, yeah, you kind of definitely like ending with the verb all the time. You conjugate the verb at the end, and how you conjugate the verb is kind of how you change the tense of it, or the use of the verb. But it always comes at the end, yeah. All right, let's get some more of this. Let's try and get this scroll looking scroll-like, hopefully. I mean, I mentioned before, I'm kind of mostly into Infinity models, painting a lot of Infinity stuff. They've just released their preview of the new sectorial for O12, which is the Torchlight Brigade. They're looking pretty awesome models, to be honest. There's a lot of comparisons to a lot of them looking like Ultramarines. They kind of got that Roman aesthetic, but they've also painted them blue. So you're like, yeah, it does have a bit of a 40k-esque vibe to it. And kind of Ultramarines vibe to them. But the models look really lovely. Absolutely love Infinity models. They still make them in metal as well, which is quite something. I've got a massive metal model to paint of theirs. Don't know when I'm going to get around to painting that one. But I'll try and do it eventually. I've actually got a couple of those to do. I sag no more SAA. Excuse me? I might be misunderstanding something, but I do not understand that sentence. But yeah, this is a big metal. This one's all metal, and it is like, it looks a bit like the Ghost in the Shell kind of walker tank things. Pretty cool. Oh, okay, Shock Army event. And contest. That's the one thing with Infinity, is pronouncing the bloody names of everything. Yep, it's a Maggie. Eventually gotta paint up this Maggie. And I've also got the old Oyoroi Kidobutai tag to paint as well. I'm kind of glad I got the old one. I like this slender version. Like the other one is a bit too chunky for my liking. I've got to do a lot of cleanup still on this one, but yeah. I'll eventually get around to doing them. But yeah, Tag Raid is taking up a lot more of my painting time at the moment. No, I don't have the pin-up pilot. Yeah, I do not. I do not. Yeah, she has very, very short pants on, if I remember rightly. Nowhere near anything Kingdom Death, but certainly, obviously, it's in that era of Corvus Belli where they were doing kind of going a little bit sexy anime style with some of their models. Remember they had a few which were a bit like, oh. They've kind of steered away from that these days. Oh, right, cool. I'm really actually curious to get one of those models and just try and paint them. I feel in Japan here I could probably sell that. Outside of... usually in Japan, the only stuff I can really sell is Warhammer. So I sometimes like pick up Warhammer cheap on some of the thrift store sites. That's where I got Angron just recently for half price. I just paint them up and then sell them for some extra hobby pocket money. All right, yeah. Yeah, I see a lot of, actually, there's a few South Korean painters I follow on Instagram, and they'll do Kingdom Death fairly frequently. I do spot those. But the South Koreans have got some really good painters. My favorite painters, though, the kind of the ones which I use as kind of the inspiration of where I would love to be one day, is a lot of the Spanish painters. I really like Jose da Vinci and Sergio Calvo. They're really good painters. I think Mark Masklins as well is a really good painter. If I could ever paint like them, I'd be over the moon. But got a long way to go. Long way to go before that. If ever. But mostly I'm just enjoying painting and seeing the improvement where I do have it. So that's all cool. Yeah, I can't say like in Japan, obviously this particular form of miniature painting isn't particularly big here, so you don't see that many great painters and things. But I do enter into they have a store here called Volks, and more the kind of display miniature market is getting more and more popular and popular to paint. So there's some competitions that you can enter with those, and I've entered into one. I managed to get gold in that. I was pretty happy. It wasn't I didn't get the best, because there's one which was in the same category as me that got best in show, but I managed to get basically just second place behind him and got a gold result for that. That was really nice. So I want to enter that one again. I missed the last opportunity because of going back to England. But it was lots of fun to do that. So I'm really looking forward to the opportunity to do some more display models as well. I'm semi through doing the Lady of the Lake display model, but I kind of stopped for a while, and I haven't been back to it for a long time. I need to get on and do that model. It's a nice model, that one. Oh, armor models. Yeah. All right, yeah. So yeah, doing things like I'm guessing with the armor modelers, are you talking about things like, I don't know, is that Gundam or stuff like that? With the kind of like the big mechs and things. Oh, you're entering your first painting competition. Good luck, where I? That's awesome. Fantastic. Military. Cool. Oh, for some reason... There we go. Oh yeah, the military ones. Yeah, some of them are really, really good. Some of those get entered into the competition that I go to as well, but they'll go into that specific category. They haven't had amazing ones in Osaka for that, but I think there's some who are absolutely phenomenal. They have all of the paints they use for that as well. Specialist paints for those are all here, so you can kind of get them at really good prices as well. So all the Tamiya stuff is dirt cheap here. But it doesn't really work very well for me because a lot of that, it depends. Either it's geared towards pure military stuff, which doesn't really work with my fantasy kind of aesthetics that I'm usually painting. And then other than that, it's kind of like things for mecha. So it's very, very glossy paints sometimes. And that can be not great for what I want. I tend to like matte paints most of the time. But if you're doing things which are like mecha, where there's like sharp edges everywhere all the time, then gloss paints are quite nice for that. But doing like these kind of textured things, gloss paints would be horrible. Yeah, when they do all the water effects and things, that can be really, really great. But yeah, it's all depends on what is kind of like popular in the culture and things. And yeah, that is definitely something that's more common in the culture. I really want to try and have a go at doing kind of repainting some of the kind of anime models in a cell shaded style. See if there's an interest for actually buying those, because if I could paint those and sell them, I'll be happy. That would be kind of cool. Alright, this scroll is coming out a little bit better than I was expecting in terms of the blend, which I'm pretty happy about. That's not too bad. So we're kind of just working up this ivory a little bit at a time. And it's actually looking like a natural blend. Good thing is this stuff, it dries a little bit translucent. So initially it looks pretty harsh, but then once it dries, it kind of blends quite naturally. So I quite like these paints; they're really nice. They kind of they're already thinned at a good consistency out of the bottle. Yeah, Pro Acryl. They're Pro Acryl. Yeah, really enjoying these. I just got the base set, which was, I think it was like 24 paints, something like that. And I've been enjoying them a lot when I bust them out. I've been enjoying them a lot, and I've been enjoying the AK base set as well. The AK stuff is pretty good. It's just these are very difficult to get hold of here in Japan, so I like whilst I was in England and picked them up, I was like, I want to try these out. I've heard good things about them, and yeah, they're fun. But yeah. Yeah. The bottle spew is a bit weird, isn't it? And the bottle design is kind of interesting. Okay, I think kind of like we're pretty good at the front there. Nope. And sometimes it's like you're holding it upside down. It's just that nothing's coming out either, and you're just like, come on, get something out here. That'll be nice. They run pretty well through the what's it? The airbrush as well. They've been kind of pretty good through the airbrush. I'm been quite enjoying them. Oh, Zomco, sorry I missed your message there, but yeah, you base miniatures with Tamiya Flat Black. Yeah, there is some that is pretty good, so yeah, the Flat Black is pretty good. They just don't have, it's kind of, I find it hard to use a range which are, get a decent range of colors which are flat in their range. Also as well, they're all kind of solvent based, and when I'm using, most of my brushes that I use for painting are sable, so I just don't like the idea of just destroying all my brushes with Tamiya paints that way, so I'd have to use different brushes for them. But yeah, paints with solvents and stuff give you different options and things. I've been playing a lot more with oil paints as well. Oil paints are a lot of fun. Don't ignore you. I did mention about your yeah, the thing you were saying about the paint shake and things, but I don't know. I kind of got my eye on a number of different like chat areas. It's hard to catch up with everything. But I'm also trying to paint at the same time. But yeah. Surprised I haven't seen Shiny yet. Shiny usually pops in the stream around about this time. Maybe busy today. There we go, there we go. Oh, sure. Just give me a second. Let me just finish up just a little bit of this bit, and then I can show you the dragon and try and figure out a better angle for it as well. It's an absolute monster, an absolute beast of a model. Let me just move you out of the way. Just a moment. Right, we're gonna have to zoom out. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's so big that like with this particular setup on my table, I can't actually fit it on without it kind of like smacking into everything because of the wingspan. But if I position it like that, maybe you can see. There you go. There's a bit of it you can see there. But yeah, the wingspan on this thing is huge. It's the biggest, easily the biggest model I've ever painted. It's massive, absolutely crazy. But yeah, it's a nice one though. I enjoyed painting it a lot. This one used a lot of oil paints in there as well. Used kind of some oil washes. Excellent. If you want to see the wings, like that's kind of how the wings were looking. Hold on a second. It's probably a better position where you can kind of at least see the back there and a bit of the wings. There you are. But yeah, this was a really fun model to paint. This one I followed. What was it? What's his name? God damn it. Oh no, that's really annoying that I've forgotten his name. There's a really good YouTube painter, and he uses a lot of oil washes as well in his work, and thinking about color theory and things. So I kind of used some of his methods as a guide to painting this model, and I think it came out pretty well. I was pretty happy. But yeah, it's kind of got like it. I throw a blue wash over here, and we threw a magenta wash over on here, and it really came out. Yes, Marco Frizzoni, thank you. That's all I needed. I just needed the Marco Frizzoni. Marco Frizzoni. But yeah, he basically did a dragon in those kind of colors. I was like, yep, that's the kind of dragon I want to have for tag raid. So I kind of just worked on painting that. That was really nice. It was fun. Right, let's have a look. Where are we at? Where are we at? Yeah, I gotta do some more on the back here. So we're gonna make it a little bit lighter in places. And then I'm going to be marking out some of this text with the reds that we were using to kind of make it hopefully look like it's glowing. That would be the aim. Hopefully we'll get to that today. I'm being a bit slow with this whole process, but yeah, I am not going to break it. I am not going to break it. I think I'm going to be taking care of that for the rest of my life, making sure it doesn't get broken. I really wanted to enter it into the next painting competition actually, but yeah, I just missed the entry for that because going back to England. Yeah. I may still be able to enter it into the next competition because there's not like you can kind of enter any model that you haven't entered before into the competition. I tend to put in something new because that's what's nice to enter, and you kind of work on it specifically for that event. I don't have the model that I won the gold with me anymore because I left that one. I took that one back home to England and kind of gave it to my parents. But it was a bust of the Viking god Tyr, and he came out very well. I was very proud of him. Really enjoyed doing the NMM armor on that model. It was kind of cool. It's on my Instagram somewhere, so if you want to go and check it out, you can find it on the Instagram under Zombie Sashimi. There we go. Okay, I think we're kind of getting there with this one. I've done a bit of a botch job on the back, but the front is looking pretty smooth, and that's where most people are going to be looking. go. Yeah, it's just a model holder. It's actually the Citadel one. I tend to actually prefer... Here's the one that I like. This one is my favorite. It has like these toppers that you just take off. It's just stuck on with tack, like poster tack. It just sticks on the front there, and you can spin the model. It feels so good. Like, it's so ergonomic. I love it. Absolutely brilliant. And it's very comfortable to hold as well in your hand. I find that's nice. To be honest, you don't really need one. You can just use a piece of wood. That works great. But I just kind of really like this. It feels so nice to spin. The reason I don't use this one with these particular models is that the size of the shape of this is just like the worst size to fit onto here, so it doesn't really go on very easily. So I kind of get a bit annoyed using these ones with it, so I use the Citadel painting handle. But yeah. Oh, cool. I'll go and check out your Twitter later, Zomcom. Thank you very much. I don't know if anyone's been putting anything in the... No, I don't have anything in my Discord at the moment. But yeah, cool. Right. Anyway, this is like an Infinity model that I've been working on. I just started on the stream. I just started this one on the stream on Saturday and just got this far. And he was lots of fun. Great model. Really nice details. I really like him. And then that's the Yu Ching engineer. And then I got a Yu Ching hacker to do as well. She'll be a kind of a fun one to do. Got too many models to do. Not enough time. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a fun one to paint. It's cool. Right, now, what do we do here with you? Am I gonna go up a little bit there? Not sure how bright I should bring this, but basically the more light I can bring in, the more contrast we can have. If I keep the darker browns in there, the more contrast we have, the kind of more visually interesting it will be. As long as it still looks like kind of parchment or a scroll, and then we can get the blends right in there as well. I think we'll be okay. I do know God of War, yeah, with Kratos. I haven't played it in many years. I think the last one I played was God of War 2. So that's going back to PlayStation 2 era, God of War. But yeah. I remember playing that. Gosh, that's going back quite a bit. But that was fun. That was awesome. I think wasn't there like in I think it was like God of War 1 maybe. There was like a secret phone number that you could find, and if you phoned up the phone number, the developer kind of had a message for you. And even like 20 years after not 20 years, but even after like 10 years after the game had come out, it was still working and you could still call it. And obviously like the publishers were still paying for this phone message that you could connect to. Maybe they just forgot about it. But it was kind of curious that was still working. I don't know if it's still working anymore. I'm sure that's probably been cut, but it was kind of a curious thing. That was a weird game. Okay, I think we're good to maybe start on doing the script and things here. So to do the script, we're going to be going from what we did for the like the magical energies and things was wine red, then going up to scarlet red and mixing in a bit of white. We're going to mix in a little bit of... I do not have a model of God of War. No. No, I do not. Mostly my models are all for particular miniature games. I don't think I have anything from video games at all. The ones that I will be getting for video games will be probably the Apex Legends board game miniatures. I don't have a 3D printer, so I can't just print off the stuff that I would like to do either. So also availability in Japan is fairly limited. These days, yeah, I've only ever really been buying Kickstarters because it saves me a lot of money when I get a big bunch of models. I pay like one big lump sum up front, but then I get a whole bunch of models that are going to keep me going for months on end. So I don't need to buy anything else. And then the only other stuff I get is Warhammer when I can get it cheap, so I can resell it after I paint it. Then every so often I'll buy display miniatures, which generally they don't sell the like characters from video games or anything like that, but they all sell this type of thing. These kind of minis, where they're kind of like 75mm scale, and I'll paint those. Those are fun to paint. This one is not finished at all, but it's Lady of the Lake, and it was really fun painting the sword, I must say. Like doing the NMM of the sword there is kind of cool. But yeah, she was fun. I haven't finished it though. I've got a bunch of Malifaux to do. Malifaux's going to be fun when I eventually get round to it. But they're all on the back of my table here, just staring at me going, paint me, don't leave me in grey plastic. Thank you very much. Yeah, kind of working on the dress. It's still very high contrast. I kind of wish I mixed in a little bit more grey to desaturate it a little bit. Like keep the colour but desaturate the colour a little bit, so it kind of she blends in with the water below a little bit more. But yeah, it's still kind of nice. But that was before I was kind of like learning how to properly desaturate and things like that. So I'm kind of enjoying that aspect of things. Is like, yeah, desaturating colors and stuff and learning how to mix your own has been a lot of fun. When I went back to England, I was doing a lot of that because I was like, okay, I'm just going to use the AK starter set, which is like 14 colors, and I'm going to do everything with that. And because it had all of kind of the main prime colors in there and everything you needed for mixing your own paints, that's what I did. I just mixed my own paints, and it was really fun. And I was like, okay, I'm learning a lot just by doing that. It was fun. So trying to make this look like writing is always going to be tricky. But doing something like that will kind of give the impression of being script there without actually writing any script. Kind of like that. Okay, we're going to try and work out how this is going to work. So that's like the initial bit, which is a very dark black red. We're going to pop that up to a lighter red next. see how this might look. Oh, welcome back, Mr. Mumble. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll see how this works out. I'm just kind of testing at the moment. Testing the water with this one. So we're going to throw down some scarlet next. And then also a little bit of the white. So what I want it to do is kind of look like it's glowing. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull that off, but we'll give it a shot. So we'll see how that works. Okay, I think, yeah, is that the right way? Nope, 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 nope. I'm just mucking up what you can see and what you can't see. I can't find where. Okay, I gotta push it up. There we go. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. So I got so much crap on my my palette at the moment. My smallest model. The smallest model I think I've ever painted is the zombie chihuahua from McMorning's Malifaux. McMorning's Malifaux crew. That thing was tiny. But recently, I don't know, a small model. I don't have that many really small models. Oh, actually, I do. I've got, actually, I got one just over here. I'll get him out in a second. Just remembered. Yeah, that model's cool, isn't it? I do not have it right now. It's in a bag somewhere. I haven't seen that one for a long time. I haven't got it out for a while. But yeah, the Malifaux stuff is fun to paint. It's cool. Yeah, let me get you out one small model. I got some Infinity models that are pretty small because I got the little, not the, what's it? The Crazy Koalas. Is it a Crazy Koala? I think it's Crazy Koala. There we go. There you are. A couple of Crazy Koalas here. These guys are pretty small. So there's this guy. So you can see kind of, he's, in comparison, he's pretty teeny tiny. But yeah, he's just kind of running along. It didn't take very long to paint that one. It was pretty fast. Along with another one of those. Kind of in a standing position. Not a brilliant job or anything, but it was fun to paint them. Yeah, they're pretty cute. They basically just kind of run up to things and explode on them. They're like AI mines, I guess. But yeah, they just they like to blow up on stuff. In you go. There we go. Sorry, my little shelves I've got by my table. I just pull them out every so often. It's kind of nice. Any fast pandas? I don't think so. What have I got? I got Crazy Koalas and I got Mad Cats. They're the ones I think I've got. But no fast pandas, I'm afraid. The pandas those pandas are pretty nice. Mostly because they're like, I think like fast pandas are usually found in like Pano. I want to say Pano. I think I've seen them mostly in Pano. And I don't collect Pano. Blah. I'm Yu Ching and JSA, Shazvasti, bordering along other combined. And what else? Hakizlam as well. They're my main factions, I would say. I'm tempted to get into the Bakunin. I think there'll be a lot of fun to paint as well. And I've kind of got already some models from that. Ah, Varuna, yeah. Yeah. It's dangerous. I could very easily get into lots more factions in Infinity if I wanted to, but I'm trying not to. Okay, I've tried to make it look like the script is kind of glowing. It's kind of there. Kinda. We'll have to see when I've done the rest of the bloody model. It's going to take me a while to do this. I can't believe what I'm doing to myself here. Ah, the old Moiras. Kusanagi and Zero's years later. Ah, it's a shame. I've got, I don't have Where's Kusanagi? Kusanagi should be about somewhere. Unless I... Oh no, I might have packed her away with the rest of Defiance. I think I... Oh no, there she is. I can see her. Ugh. Hold on a second. Oh, too many sets of minis everywhere. And she's right in the bottom one. There we go. There's my Kusanagi. She was a fun one to paint. That was from the Defiance set. That was kind of cool. Yeah, small models can be harder to paint. I don't know. It depends what the small model is. If I'm to be honest. Yeah, I get it. I painted most of Defiance. I painted all of the main core set. It's just the extra supplements that I haven't painted mostly. But yeah, the rest of Defiance is all painted. I even painted the Megalodron as well. That was kind of fun. I haven't actually been able to play a mission with the Megalodron yet because I haven't gotten that far in the campaign. But yeah, yeah, small models can be harder to paint. It depends, you know. It's funny. They're a lot faster, but they can be a lot harder if you're trying to get a good look for them because obviously the details aren't there. And larger models you can spend a whole lot more time on doing all of the smaller details and things, especially like things like eyes is a pain. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I think yeah, Kusanagi is pretty awesome. I also like Corvus Belli sent me they sent me End Song to you know put out on my social media and things. So I got a free copy of End Song, and they also sent me this character as well, the something of the Observance. I forget her full name. But she was a really fun one to paint as well. So I've kind of like gone, oh, okay, well, I've got these two kind of Bakunin models, and I've kind of got the color scheme sorted. So maybe I should get the Bakunin starter set maybe, and do them all in this style kind of thing. That would be kind of fun. But yeah, yeah, they're fun. They were fun to paint. I really kind of dig the aesthetic of those models. They're nice. Right, enough procrastinating. I gotta actually paint this script, don't I? So now we've kind of got an example of what we're going for. We can now just do everything like this. I'm kind of ignoring the lines that are actually engraved in, and I'm just kind of doing my own sets of words wherever I feel is best. And then, yeah, it's just kind of like random squiggles in a line, and it kind of works. It just works. That's all it does. It works. But I've now got to do this for the entire bloody thing. It's huge. This is the test of patience. But yeah, the next thing I'm going to be looking forward to eventually painting is going to be Angron. I've got to put him together. I'll probably do that. Maybe I'll do a bit of that tomorrow. Although tomorrow I really should be working on my painting YouTube video of the tag raid tags and Stormworm. If I can actually get them edited and published, that would be kind of nice. I don't have to worry about my YouTube for a little bit. I've been kind of ignoring it too long. Kind of hit my goal of initially getting like the 1,000 subscriber mark. I kind of recently got that, and I was kind of pretty happy about that. But now it's not really growing anymore. So, oh well. Oh, sorry, which thing, Mr. Mumble? I may have lost myself in my ramblings. I think I lost myself in the ramblings, so I'm not quite sure what it references to, I'm afraid. Oh god, this is gonna be a pain. Oh, the YouTube, yeah. If you just give me a search on like zombie sashimi on YouTube, you'll find me. And I've got a whole bunch of just pretty random videos and things. But it's all to do with like miniatures and stuff. Sometimes it's kind of all over the place. I think that's one of my problems, is because I just kind of do what I feel like doing at the time. Oh yeah, the scripting is a pain. That bit's hard. But yeah, there's mostly at the moment I'm kind of focusing more on just doing some painting videos. Like, here's a model I painted and the process I went through with it, and I kind of write a script about the whole process that I took. But I'm also like, I've done some things like looking at recently. Oh, Laughing Kitsune, thank you very much for following. And what was I saying? God damn it, my brain's just broken, I think. Yeah, recently Corvus Belly had also sent me Rem Races to kind of review, so I kind of enjoyed making a video for that. I was kind of planning this whole big video, but it just ended up not being on the cards, so I just kind of did a simple video, just kind of breaking down the game. But it was kind of a cool game. It was fun, but some problems that Corvus Belly have are making sure that their rules are easy to follow and understand, and that there's nothing wrong with them. There's a few problems with it. Yeah, it's really nice that they send me stuff. It's cool. Yeah, so I get like I got all the end song stuff from them, and they were really nice about that. They sent me some extra minis as well, because I was like, they were like, oh, is there any mini that you really like? And I was like, well, I do like this mini, and I do also like this mini, so if you send me one of those, I'll be happy. And they actually sent me both, and it was like, oh my god, you guys are awesome. So they are really, really kind, and they do send me some things every so often when they're doing the big promotions. So yeah, Rem Racers was the last one. His fingers crossed for Warcrow. Ha ha ha. But yeah, it is kind of nice. But yeah, I post on Instagram, and it's just because the vast majority of my content is Infinity. I think that's where they decided to contact me and start doing a bit more with their doing a little bit more with their kind of their fans, which is kind of nice for promotion. But yeah, man, this is a nightmare. Doing all the script and things. It's gonna look cool when it's finished, but oh jeez. It's quite a job, this one. There we go. But yeah, as I said before, I've just received Angron, so I'm looking actually forward. That was like a model that GW released, and I was like, I would love the opportunity to paint that. I'm just never going to pay kind of... Here it's like Niman N, so it's like 20,000 yen, which I guess roughly translates to about $150 or so, or something like that. I was like, I'm not paying that much for that model. And luckily, someone I think was selling off the model from the massive battle box that came out a while ago, and so they actually, I ended up getting it for about half price. So I was like, sweet, that's good enough for me to want to get it and give me a chance to paint it. And once it's painted, I'll be like, oh, that was nice, that was fun, okay, time to sell, save some space here and get some extra money for paints and things. But yeah, kind of cool. Yeah, and also like Corvus Belli do also make my favorite game ever, which is the favorite board game, which is Aristea. And there's a video game coming out of Aristea being made by Blind Spot Games, and they're doing a really good job of making a cool game. I'm actually in on the playtesting at the moment. Well, they got the alpha coming up next, actually I think from tomorrow. I think there's a new alpha starting for people to try out. But I'm really enjoying that iteration of Aristea as a video game. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you know. You saw Orcs plays. Oh, they're gonna have new stompers. Ooh, I wonder how much that's gonna cost them. The thing is, like with Orcs though, you can kind of pretty much just throw together a bunch of weird toys and be like, yep, there we go, it's an Orc Gargant. Kind of good for making almost any kind of thing out of them. Yeah. No, yeah. If you want, what I'd suggest you do is, it's called Into the. I think it's called the. Is it Into the Hexadome or the Hexadome? And I've been enjoying it. It's been really cool to test out on the playtests at the moment. And yeah, they're going to be having a new playtest soon, I think. So if you go to like, I think if you go to Blind Spot Games, or you just search like Into the. Is it Into the Hexadome or just the Hexadome? I think it's called the Hexadome Aristea Showdown. And it'll link you to their Discord, where you can kind of keep up to date with any news for their playtests, and then you get a link to be able to. I think they'll then have they'll post when it's available, and then you'll be able to just download it on download it on Steam and play it during the playtesting period. Obviously, they're still working on things, but the core gameplay is pretty solid. To be honest, it's really fun. Hey, we've done the back part of it in its darkest color. That's great. Oh, the metal minis. Oh, man. I'm so jealous. I would love to paint the metal minis for Aristea. I've got all of the plastic ones. I've got every single character that they released in the sets. And I still play it now. I played it on the weekend with another player who's actually played in tournaments and things. I've never played in a tournament, and managed to eke out a victory 6-4. I think I was kind of lucky, to be honest. I was getting some pretty decent rolls, which is not like me. But we had some interesting plays that we both did against one another, where we were like, okay, I'm sure I've kept this point safe, and then the other person does something crazy and steals the victory for that round. It was really fun. Absolutely brilliant game. Absolutely superb. Absolutely superb game. Okay. I'm getting lazy. I can feel it. I'm like, let's just rush this last bit down. Oh, I've got some more here. Actually, I've got to go into there. What time are we on? Oh, it's 11:30 here. Starting to get a bit late. Okay, right. Now the real fun starts, as I now got to go over every single bit of writing now to try and make it look like it's glowing. Because I love myself. I love myself so much that I give myself stupid amounts of work with some of this painting. So I'm basically just going to go over it with the Scarlet first. And then when we come back round, we go lighter and lighter in smaller and smaller areas, and hopefully it'll look like it's glowing from the center. That'd be kind of cool. There we go. My knees are shaking. She's shaking me as I do this. I've got to get a more comfortable position. Okay. It's a little faster doing this part of it, which is nice. So I'm just following what I've already done. Yeah, I think this will look pretty swish when it's all finished. All said and done. Say that, and I'm kind of screwing it up now. Let's try angling it this way a bit. It's really important when you're painting, you create as many anchor points as possible so that you can actually do kind of delicate work. Nothing will kind of improve your brushwork than learning how to create loads of anchor points to kind of lock everything together when you're painting. What I mean by anchor points is I got the model anchored into my hand there, along with a number of, as many kind of areas of my fingers kind of touching the handle as well to hold it in place. Then when this hand comes in, it's anchored into the other hand so that any kind of movement is moving together so that you make sure that you're painting the right areas and it's not all shaky everywhere. So you can shake, but your brush will move in conjunction with your shakes, so it should stay straight. That really helps with a lot of your painting and doing a lot of this kind of, I hesitate to say freehand. This is me just squiggling lines. but when you're doing freehand and things, it's really, really important. Freehand. I suck at freehand. That's mainly because I'm not a 2D artist. I like 3D. I like working with 3 dimensions, I think. More than I like with 2D. So I tend to avoid 2D stuff as much as I can. Oop. All right, I think we're looking good on that side. Oh, we've got to get the top ones. I forgot about them. There we go. I think that's looking very interesting. It's much more visually interesting with all of the script on there, which is good. Kind of hides some of the poor brush stroke work as well on the scroll. Can't hide it on here because it's all on show, but keep going with this one. There we go. Okay, now I've got to just do this last section of the scroll and we get to start it all over again with the next color. get into this bit. And there we go. Okay, next bit to try and boost this up a little bit, and we'll get on with that. Sorry for the bounce on the camera there. So when it starts to look like it's glowing a little bit. See that one there. Hopefully we can pull off the effect okay. Carry on here. Again, it's getting quicker because again we're using a smaller area to paint inside. Kind of trying to keep some of the dark parts of the writing on the outside, and we're just kind of throwing a little bit of this on the inside. Kind of try and sell that kind of glowing effect to the writing. Okay. Almost there. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I'm just saying okay a lot. This is not the best commentary. It's usually what happens around about this time because I'm getting close to midnight and my brain just goes durr. I get sucked into the painting a little bit. I'm just kind of focusing on that, and I find it hard to talk at the same time as doing what I want to do with my brush. Try and get into those last little bits there. Nice. Right, we've nearly done this particular lining of the script, so hopefully we'll be able to get this bit done. Then we're going to go pure white, and we get the last little bit of a glow from the center, and then hopefully that's that effect finished. It should match the sparks of magic coming out of her fingers, because it's it's using the same color palette. There we go. All right, let's just try a little bit of the white. I don't mind if there's a teensy bit of that red in there, just to tie it all in. Doesn't need much, just a little bit. That should be okay. There we go. All right. Almost there now. I say almost there now. It's actually still a little bit of this, but at least it's the last pass. We should get there soon. There we go. Okay, so the back is kind of done. I don't know if it's great or not, but it kind of does the job. Kind of does it. I don't know if I went too bright or too light. Almost there. Just a little closer. And there we go. Okay. We've been able to kind of do the scroll. Just kind of been fun to do there. Not too bad. Not too bad. Alright. Well, it is getting pretty close to midnight now. So, I think that's a pretty good place to stop for today. So, I want to thank everyone who dropped into the chat and who gave a follow. Thank you so very, very much. And I hope all of you have a lovely day. Getting some hobby done if you can. And I'll catch you later. Thank you very much, Zomcob. It's good to catch you in the chat. It's been a while. So yeah, you take care, man. Thank you very, very much. And we'll catch you next time. I stream the same time every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Or at least I try to. I'm usually pretty good at that. There'll be the odd occasion where I just can't make it, but that's usually the case. So the next one will be Thursday, and another one on Saturday. So thanks very much, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you later. And good luck with all your hobbying. Bye bye.